Welcome to Motivational Monday. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today, I'd like to break down my most favorite topic, food. Not what you think. But first, make sure to smash the like button, share, and do subscribe, especially if you find value in this presentation. Okay, so what am I talking about? What does food have to do with Motivational Mondays? It has a lot to do, okay? Over the years, right, you kind of get a sense of what gets you going. Right? Is it something emotional? Is it something physical? Is it something spiritual? And at the end of the day, it's a combination of all of them, right? For you to work in your most effective, efficient, most productive version of yourself, you need to make sure that you're fed, right? Imagine you're going through the day and you skip breakfast, you skip lunch, and all of a sudden you find yourself nighttime getting at home, and there's a new word out there. It's called hangry, right? You're angry because you're hungry, right? And you're irritated. So before you walk in the door, you got to make sure that you put something into your stomach in order that you don't create a situation at home that's just really unnecessary. So there are all types of things when we are starving. We may be spiritually starving. We may be physically actively starving. We may be just really hungry, just emotionally. Okay, there's so many different things that we can be missing at any given time, and we get off equilibrium. Now, the key is to really have a self and centered to make sure that you know what you're missing. Now, that is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes curiosity. It takes a sense of just well-being after time and time again, and just being mindful at that moment to know which part you're missing. Is it the spiritual side that needs to be uplifted? Do you need to meditate? Do you need to pray? Do you need to connect religiously with something, with a higher source? Okay, whatever your denomination is, right? Or is it something physical, right? Do you get stressed out? And if you get stressed out, do you need to go for a run or just move your body in such a way so that you're pumping blood into your heart and your heart is pumping it into your brain and you're kind of rechanneling some of that negative chemicals that are being secreted in your body and about worry and anxiety and stress, and just, refunnel it into something more positive like dopamine or serotonin or one of these other really great kind of endorphins that are released in the body. So at any given time, you really have to be aware of what exactly you're missing in order for you to fulfill it. But the point of this is that you need to know which food, just like which vitamins to take for whatever deficiency you're having at that moment. And this is a really important exercise that you can just continuously do. Just check in with yourself throughout the day. Make 3 times a day that you're checking in with yourself of saying, what do I need right now? What am I missing? What's happening right now? Did I get stressed out? Am I responding because I'm stressed? Am I cringe eating because I'm stressed? Am I doing something that is not going to prepare me to work and be the most efficient that I can be? And that really is a very powerful person. Some of the most interesting people and one of the most successful people I've ever met actually sits there, and you wouldn't have thought that this type of personality actually did it, that he sat down every Sunday, and it was the most laughable thing in the world. He was a very successful guy in the real estate, very professional, and very aggressive in the professional world, and the community kind of knew him, and I didn't really know him. I knew his son, and one time I spent, over a weekend by them, and, we had a bunch of friends go over to play. And I remember this, even being just a kid at 12 years old, I remember him being in the basement and just having a t-shirt and really short pants and a pair of sneakers. And I've never seen him outside of a suit. I've never seen him outside of a tie. It was so disorienting. But he was sitting there and he was meditating and he was working out. And this was a process that he was doing for over an hour and a half. But that's what centered this individual. That's what he needed in order to do. You need to do something in order to center yourself, in order that you produce the best version of yourself. Now, there's various ways you get there, okay? But one of the most important ways to get to the best version of ourselves is one of 3 components. We need something to do, something to look forward to, and someone to give. We need to be busy. right? That's just a prerequisite. You know, a lot of people in their older ages who find themselves getting divorced, and you ask, why is this happening? Well, because the husband is home all day and he's driving his wife crazy, right? Or we need someone to give to in order for our lives to be meaningful. And some of the most successful people, they're not entrepreneurs because they want to show off their money. They're entrepreneurs because that's who they are. They are a person that wants to make a difference in the world, whether it's professionally or whether it's by giving it away. And lastly, it's also the ability to look forward to something. It's the outcome. It's, having that vision. And whether you have that vision in business or you have that vision in what you want your life to be, that's really powerful, and it makes yourself a really impactful person in order for you to be the best versions of yourself. Thank you for joining me for this Motivational Mondays. We'll see you here next week.